What's up, everyone? What's going on?
Hi.
Larkin Parks, what's up?
Good.
How you doing?
I'm good.
Good.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Millennial Sip. It's been too long, but we're so glad to be back with you guys. Kimmy, how you feeling?
I'm chill, I'm good.
Good.
We took some time off, get things situated. Y'all, I had an adventure trying to get here today. I live in North Dallas. I'm thinking, okay, I can leave at like 6 o'clock. I'll get here on time, whatever the case may be. Ran into like a wreck, a 13-minute traffic jam, and I was like, fuck, man. Like, I miss Texarkana.
Oh, Texarkana, shout out TK.
Shout out TK 903. A lot of people don't know what 903 is. But Larkin, tell me, how are you feeling in this moment? We took some time just to get situated. Sure. We were supposed to be back like a year ago at this point. We ran into some
turbulence.
Opposition. You know what I'm saying? Thou shalt not be named.
No, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling refreshed. I'm feeling focused. And I'm super excited to, kind of talk about these hot topics that we have coming on. I'm super excited to have the guest on. We have some hot guests.
That's some really hot guests. Yeah.
So
I'm excited.
Yes.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Well, I think I underwent a name change this time around because I was like Cam Ty Bailey the last time, right? But I was like, that's too close to my, professionally, if anybody knows me professionally. Uh-huh. So this season I want to go by Cammy.
Cammy.
I think that everybody on my social platforms pretty much knows that because everybody's slowly starting to call me that. So, I think I'm going to go that route with it, keep it,
Cammy.
It's a bit androgynous,
Yeah.
Who is Cammy? Until you hear my voice and then you realize, okay, well, I don't want to, we living in a world, in a time where pronouns are very important. Mm-hmm. So that's why I was saying, like, my voice could be very deep, but I could be
whatever you want to be.
Whatever I want to be, right?
What are you drinking?
I have some Douce. It's like water for me.
Like water?
Yeah. To prepare for today, I woke up. I went to go do some therapy, the best therapy there is, some shopping, swiping that card. Mm-hmm. Made me feel a little bit better. Yeah. Now, I will say, y'all, I remember a time when liquor was a bit, I think the first time I bought a Douce bottle back in the 2020, it was like $18. This
Price went up, honey.
30. I was like, okay,
No.
We'll go ahead and walk out with it.
See, I can't take liquor like that anymore. So wine, Prosecco, Moscato, all that. Merlot, Chardonnay, all that.
I see.
Give me all the wines.
Not that Larkin was never not classy, but as she gets older, her drink taste is very much more refined,
Pinky's out, ho.
Pinky's out. Hey, I'm ready to like fall into some conversation. I feel like this topic is dope. I feel like a lot of people are really going to resonate with it. And I feel like we're living in a time where, what is it? Mm-hmm. Right?
Yeah.
We got some stories on our Instagram page, some questions that we're going to be posting. We posted some today before we came in. We're going to be posting throughout the week as well. And we just want to get your opinion because it's, really important, especially so much more for us, the Black community. And we want to make sure that our content is very curated to our community and that it reflects our like visions, our thought process, conversations that we may have, especially as we get older. So yeah, I think I'm ready to like
dive in.
Let's chat.
Let's sip.
Welcome to the Millennial Sip. Cheers, Larkin.
Cheers.
That's good. We're coming from 3 topics, okay? 3 subpoints. And it's very different than our content in the past. When I started this in 2020, completely virtual, right? And so it was a lot more angrier because we were going through Black Lives Matter. It was a lot going on in 20. We had COVID. So a lot of the content then was, we were angry. Yes. We were young Black people. We were upset. We wanted our voices to be heard, and that was a perfect platform, right?
Right.
Now, as I fall a little bit into my career, I want to try to,
ease up, child.
Ease up.
But we are
keep
growing.
My points.
Yes, we are growing, and I feel like our minds, our thoughts are a little bit more clear instead of just, because I will still do that. Don't get me wrong. If I get some Douce in me, that's definitely the case. But I think it's super important. Coming up
in the next couple of episodes, by the way.
But I really want us to take this time to kind of visually and talk you through our thoughts and our experiences and how we want to progress as millennials. So,
All right.
Yeah.
So, what we got?
what is sexuality? Yeah.
What is sexuality?
What is sexuality?
Tell me about it.
So, for me personally, I feel like sexuality is so fluid, so I think it's hard to actually pinpoint a definition, but I did a little research and kind of found some definitions here, okay? So, definition per Webster, the quality or state of being sexual. So, there's really no detail. It's very vague, and I like that. I found another one that says a person's identity in relation to the gender or genders to which they are typically attracted to. So for me, I mean, like I said, for me, it's just so much on a spectrum, and I'm going to kind of speak on that later. But what do you think? What's your definition?
Sexuality defined. I feel like it's easy to say sexuality is fluid because we hear it so much.
Sure.
That was one of those words that I think we kind of need to like denormalize. We say it so much now, it kind of gets old. What is fluidity? Really? But, we don't need to go too deep. We can stay surface with what the topic is. But I would say that sexuality is, again, whatever you design it to be, I can't tell you how you should act on your sexuality. I can't tell you when you became more of a social person with more insight on your sexuality. All I can just be like is, okay, that's you,
Right.
rock out with it.
Right, for sure. And I think especially in our generation, we're kind of like the trailblazers, like the generation before us, Gen X, they were like, okay, they're kind of dabbling into it. But as soon as the 80s and 90s babies came out, they're just like, I want to try anything. And, even growing up, as you spoke on the community, the Black community, that was kind of unheard of. But now, I mean, it's pretty much, I wouldn't say common, but it's there. It's there. Definitely a presence.
There's definitely an air, like a difference,
Sure.
is what I would say, more so. And so when we think about sexuality being a spectrum, a lot of people want to say that sexuality is fluid. Let's say sexuality is a spectrum, right? So if we look at the definition of what a spectrum is, it is a continuous sequence or range. So that gives a bit more, like, I guess, context to what sexuality is in terms of, what is the range of your sexuality?
Right.
Question mark.
And that's questions everybody should ask themselves.
That is questions. Yeah.
There was a study a while back. I actually did some research on that too. In 1948, a couple doctors, they created, it's called the Kinsey scale. And essentially it, again, is going off of a spectrum, 0 to 6, and then X is asexual. So I thought that was very interesting how that.
I wonder how they would measure that scale, Now, I don't want to put my toe too deep in it, but they were experimenting on us back in the day. So you get what I'm saying? Where are these studies coming from? Right? How would you gauge sexuality? When we were coming up with topics, sexuality has just been forefront. Yeah, we know so many adult content creators at this point in our life, ladies and gentlemen. Okay.
Not ladies and gentlemen. Moving along.
But we do, and it's true. You got people that we have LGBTQIA, right? Lesbian, gay, trans, bi.
Intersex.
Is it? Oh, it's intersex? I thought it was
so.
inquiring. Okay, yeah, cool. And then asexual.
Yes.
Are those spectrums within sexuality?
I believe so. So I think like 0 is like 100% homosexual. Then the 0 is heterosexual all the way up to like dabbling in. The way they described it was very interesting. But again, you can't really measure, but I feel like back in the day, in the 40s, stuff like that was unheard of. So I want somebody to do a reboot. Somebody should do a reboot.
Of the test.
Of the test. Retest.
The first person that you need to use for this study, Saucy Santana.
Walk 'em like a dog, sis. Walk 'em like a
Something,
dog.
yeah.
Shout out Saucy.
Shout out, By the way, do you know Zell Swag? Taylor. Yeah. Zell and
Saucy, they date.
wow.
Who is Zell?
Now Zell, go ahead.
Zell is from London hip hop, so like he got famous. He's a
quote unquote,
Styles of celebrities.
quote
Oh,
unquote.
cute.
Quote unquote. Yeah, actual quote. And so with that, right? With that, we have these them. I don't want to say these men because I don't know how they identify, right? So we have them that Zell is like the perfect example of it, in terms of I think it's so easy for people to hop when it comes to their sexuality. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, okay, I'm gonna talk. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Question
Question.
versus two women and a man versus two men and a woman.
Are we talking about threesomes?
Menage a trois, yeah,
Menage a trois?
yeah,
Are we talking about like actual intercourse?
like 100% intercourse.
Okay. So what's your question? So two women and a man, two men and a woman.
Does that blur the construct or the thought of what sexuality is my question.
Potentially. Potentially.
That's a
I don't give a
conversation.
damn. Fuck who you want to fuck. I don't give a damn. So maybe redirect that question for me. But I can see how it can get, a double standard type of thing.
Without a doubt, right?
Without a doubt.
So then you would say that it's more so normal in our generation and time for us to see more sexual fluidity than we've seen before.
Oh, easily.
Which is true.
Easily.
Right.
Yeah.
Would you say that's more sexual fluid then?
Yeah.
Right? Because,
Yeah.
you got to think these are constructs that have been happening since the beginning of time. It's normal for, us as men to see two women and get turned on.
Right.
Than it is for it to be the opposite way. So then in that point, I feel like what is our sexuality? What are we exactly questioning? What is sexuality built upon?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just me.
So I'll just get on Pornhub and then most people can figure it out like that.
How? You got any filter?
On Pornhub? Moving right along.
I mean, if you're gonna bring it up, you better do some elaboration, which is true.
No, but go ahead.
No, go ahead.
But even on Pornhub, like you search blase. I mean, you would have to dig deep to find, two men, one woman type of scenario.
You think so? In nowadays time, you don't think it's coming? I feel like if I'm scrolling through Twitter, that's all you
Anything
see.
goes.
Oh goodness, yeah.
Two men and a woman?
What are you talking about? Are you talking about like
Menage a trois. Two
Yeah.
men, one woman. You see that on Twitter?
Yeah. But would you not call running a train a menage a trois? You know what I'm saying? It's three people. I'm just saying,
Not
like,
running a train.
yeah, take it back to the early 2000s. You know what I'm saying? So, like, would you not say that though?
Yeah. But again, it's different, sadly. So
Y'all know we have these conversations to provoke thought, to make you feel some type of way. And then if you feel some type of way, then we like the conversation, right? Because that's what we are here for, is to just talk about it. I feel like we all have these conversations within our inner circles, It may not be like an everyday thing, but, it definitely comes up.
yeah. I think it's super important to have those conversations, even with your friends, because you never know. A lot of people struggle with their sexuality, whatever the case may be. So just being open-minded, finding a good group of people to express how you're feeling, because sometimes, bullying, things like that.
Is it easier to be more sexual, more in touch with your sexuality in a city versus than it would in
Lord.
a rural atmosphere, right?
903, honey.
You know what I'm saying?
903.
We're from a small town, small city, where sexuality is looked at like you're 100% straight. Whereas you come to a city and it's just like you are who you want to be.
It's a huge difference.
100% difference. If I were to speak on like myself personally, I remember when I told my parents I felt like I was more fluid, they were just like, "What is that?" And I was just like, "I don't know.
It is what it is.
I don't know."
Yeah. How do you feel about people owning their sexuality? Do you think you can overdo it?
I got in trouble for this once. I do. 100%. I do. I feel like it's, love who you are and everything, but I also feel like we are living in a time where that's how people identify before they even identify with who they are. Like, what's your name? What do you like to do? What color is your skin? I don't know. You know, things like that. It's the first thing. Hello, I'm gay.
Why do you think that is? Do you think it has some kind of tie to trauma, or why do they feel like it has to be known step one and only step one? That's the only step. Coming in with the heat, y'all.
Trauma.
Now,
that's not to discount if you are a sexual liberated being. Beautiful. I don't know. For me personally, if this is my opinion, we all have our opinions. I think that people who go out their way to flaunt their sexuality, ...
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. We know someone, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And it just gives more trauma than it does like
liberation.
Mm-hmm. Right? And I mean, I think the same thing about a lot of these content creators nowadays. It's like, do you fuck so much to where you like don't like sex is just like brushing your teeth? Like, do you you get what I'm saying?
Right.
At what point have we maxed out on like, okay, I am a very sexual person. Mm-hmm. Should I chill? Should I keep going? And if I am a sexual person, why am I sexual?
Mm-hmm. And I think there's nothing wrong with being sexual, because I think we all are sexual beings. But again, just self-acknowledgement is huge. You know, again, where's the line between just downright raunchy and being a sexual person? There's nothing wrong with showing a little skin, being a little provocative. I'm here for it. I like that.
Yeah.
Do that.
Yeah.
Type thing.
For sure.
But don't overwhelm me to the point where I'm questioning what's
like,
really
are you
going
okay?
On. Right.
Do we need to talk?
Right.
You know, what's going on? I don't know what we need to talk about, but hey, I'm here to talk and I'm here to listen, right? So, I mean, I guess in a sense, if we're rounding up like the first top sub point, then sexuality is just nuanced, is what it sounds like. There's no like straight or linear conversation that you can have in relation to what sexuality is.
Right.
And even if you say you are very sexual in terms of whom you want to be sexual with, then there's automatically that default of a stigma. Right. You know, bisexuality now people want to say is gay? Question mark.
That's another one of those things. A bisexual man or a bisexual woman. If a girl is bisexual, everybody's like, hooray. If a man's bisexual, they're just like, I wouldn't let him fuck me. Like,
so
I don't know. I heard something about bisexual men. Like, they really got it going on. That's what I heard, allegedly. So
allegedly, but so she's using allegedly like we are going to be sued for whatever she heard about bisexual men, ladies and gentlemen. Just so you know. Now, I do tell everybody that is like one of the, you know, popular words on the podcast is allegedly.
Allegedly.
You don't know who watching. But so moving into spectrum. Because that's a good segue into spectrum, right? What you hear, first of all?
About bisexual men?
Yeah, because I'm pretty, you got some.
So I heard that bisexual men are better lovers if they're in a relationship or in a sexual relationship with women, which I found interesting. I don't know any more details other than that. But I think some women, they kind of like that variety per se. You know, some women don't like just super aggressive men, which I don't really like that either. I like a little soft, just very chill and genuine. I don't need any aggressive type of situation. So could be true. I don't know many bisexual men. So bisexual men, if you want to tap in and kind of give me your feedback on what you think, what you've heard about yourself, let me know. Bye, men, call me. Thoughts?
Ooh, I mean,
What do you think?
I'm thinking. That's it. I'm thinking in like real time. I ain't never heard that.
Really?
No.
Tyler,
That's
have you heard
news.
that? No?
No. Where was this study?
Oh, it wasn't a study, honey. I just heard.
About bisexual men?
Yeah.
So it's on the streets?
It's on the streets now.
Huh. I ain't never heard that.
We ain't been on the streets like that. We got to go to the streets and see what's going on.
I don't know. I don't know about those streets because I ain't never heard of. That's interesting. So bisexual men are better lovers with women. Now this is coming from a woman who's been with a dude who's.
Yes.
So obviously, like she sat and saw him in another. How would she know that?
You want me to call her real quick?
Please, I need you to pick up this phone. I need to ask questions. How would you know that? How would she know that?
That's just what I heard, friend.
This is the scientific study of strokes, is what it sounded like at this point, right? Because how would she know that?
I don't know.
Where's that? That's that TikTok sound. How would they know? You know what I'm saying?
They know.
Now she making up lies, y'all. That's what I'm gonna deduce it down to.
Maybe she's trying to convince herself. I don't know.
Well,
I mean,
okay.
if you're a good lover, you're a good lover, goddamn.
Right, and that's what I was
It
saying.
is
Unless
what
she
it
was in that
is.
bedroom watching him, do what he do with other people. That's a point.
God.
But I mean, voyeurism is hot. Exhibition is hot right now.
Could you ever do that?
Could I ever do?
Exhibitionism.
I think if I was on my level enough, given the right scenario,
Honey, you gotta pay me. You gotta pay to play.
you gotta pay to play.
Pay
What if
to
it's like
play. No.
in a safari type of situation? Ain't nobody gonna be really, watching you. They still gotta pay.
Safari.
Yeah.
The giraffe gotta pay to play.
What?
I'm sorry. It is what it is.
Bestiality. Oh my god.
What?
Wow.
Sexuality,
Bestiality.
bestiality, honey. Woo.
I don't know the difference anymore.
What's the difference, honey?
Yeah, now I don't want to say too much because it's like we know people who are into all that. Now we starting
In
talking
the
about.
bestiality?
Oh no! I don't know anybody into that. I know people into voyeurism, exhibitionism, park play.
Or just downright getting on OnlyFans. It'd be like that.
Twitter,
Snapchat.
but y'all not getting paid. I mean,
Like I said,
if I'm
get
gonna be
a
fucking on
coin.
camera, I'm gonna be getting paid. What you talking about?
And
And
I
it's
feel
not gonna be
like-
like 30 cents per view. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna
Oh,
be like some
no.
actual money.
I feel like every season we have, we're always talking about get a coin because it's super important. You just can't be out here wilding out for free. So
We can give you a lesson on it, Not that
Policy.
you know what I'm saying? But you get asked that question. Now, I am going to segue into this one because I do want to elaborate on this a bit more. Because you brought that up. I brought it up. You know what I'm saying? Voyeurism, exhibitionism. Is that another facet of sexuality too? People that just like to screw in public and be watched and post videos and photos on social media.
again, I feel like that's one of those over the top type of things. I don't think it has anything to do with the spectrum or sexuality because you can fuck whoever in a park, whatever the case may be. But what's voyeurism? What is that?
Like what were you watching?
Oh,
Like you have some people who and I do not know this by experience, ladies and gentlemen. I do a lot of studies. Once upon a time, I wanted to be a sexologist.
Oh.
So I was doing my studies before I decided to go into. I'm still, bipartisan. I'm in education, but I'm not in the education I want to be in. But it's just, you have some people that'll hit you up and they'll be like, and this happened a lot when I lived abroad, right? You go out and you partying and you see a couple that's into you. And they'll slowly come up first. The husband or whatever will come up, buy you like a shot, talk to you about video games, this hot chick, or whatever the case may be, even though they're married. Okay. Oh, cool. Nice to meet you. Appreciate it, man. Dope. Here comes, girl coming around the corner.
Oh, they got the setup.
Got the setup. And, it almost worked.
Why didn't it work? It's not your thing.
I just was like, oh, I've heard stories of you getting in bed with like a couple and then like, chick is upset. And so, she like beating beating a girl out the door.
Right.
But that's voyeurism. Now, and that one, they tried to get me to join in with them. And so I was just like contemplating again, because I was on my level, right? So I was really thinking hard
Everybody,
about
he
it.
just needs to get on his level. Continue.
Easy. I've been telling y'all that for the past, I don't know how long I've been telling y'all that. Listen to me, okay? And so they were, shout out to my friend Stacy. They were like trying to, hit on her too. And they were trying to get both of us to come back.
I would be so flattered. That hasn't happened to me.
I was humble.
Y'all
I
want
was
to come
humble.
home? What?
And,
Ooh.
right? And I was like, what should we do? Should we go? At this point, I'm like knocking back these shots type situation.
Yes.
So I in that moment, I probably would have definitely been with them. But voyeurism is if they would have been like, hey, come back. Watch me beat the brakes off her shit, and then I would have been like watching, like, oh, okay, cool. That's how it goes.
Yeah.
Right. So that's voyeurism.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. So again, voyeurism, hot topic,
Hot topic.
hot for our generation.
That's never happened to me. I really want that to happen. I'm super intrigued. Maybe when we go out tonight, maybe we can pick a couple up or something.
Hey, we almost did. We almost did at Sue Ellen's that night. Remember?
No.
You don't remember
Let's see what happened.
the dude that came over? He bought us drinks,
Cameron.
and his chick was there, right?
Yes.
You have had that experience. Look
But I didn't think
Cheers.
I didn't think they wanted to have sex with me, but
Who you think they wanted to have sex with?
I didn't think they wanted to have sex at all. I thought, I don't know.
There was something fishy about that one.
Maybe I'm slow.
Unless,
Again, when I'm on a
he
level,
was trying to get in good with me to get with Larkin.
child, I guess
Because he came over and offered me a shot first. Then I said, buy her a shot.
We got to take care of each other.
He bought her a shot.
And left me alone. Man.
Well, he left Larkin alone. Music blaring, we lit, we having a good time. Are you gay? Are you bisexual?
Oh, yeah.
Turned them off.
I needed to know, because why are you in a lesbian bar? Question mark.
I could think of many reasons why straight men want to go to a lesbian bar. And it's not for the straps.
Who's it for?
I mean, you can watch a lot.
We've seen some stuff.
We've seen some stuff. Yeah, That's why. Why else would you go there? You could. I don't know. If you're that dude, you can pull them, I guess.
But I just feel weird when I see men in lesbian bars.
Why?
Cause why?
So now we finna get into it. Because again, why do you feel some type of way about a straight man?
Straight man.
But
in a
why do you
lesbian
feel some type of way
bar?
about a straight man being in a lesbian bar?
What's their motive?
To have fun, get fucked up with lesbians. I mean,
Turn up.
what is it? Is it icky? Okay, I feel the same way about straight women being in gay men bars. Why you in there?
Because they're fun, and I want to turn up.
That's the same thing. It's fun. If I'm going to a lesbian bar, okay, they lit.
Now,
They got some Remy Ma playing in the background. Like
Remy Ma.
they lit.
I feel like so it's not like I have an issue with straight men being in there, but as a woman who just, I don't know, maybe they have the same motive, but I personally don't understand.
And see, I'm gonna be on the opposition of that because we live in a culture where it's you get your good Judies and y'all go out to a gay man's bar and you have women in there feeling on gay men.
Oh,
You get what I'm saying?
yeah.
So what's the point of you doing that? Are you like over sexualizing this man because you know that he's not into you type stuff and it has nothing to do with your beauty, more so your anatomy? So what's the point? Why can't you go to like Chippendales? They'll pick you up, toss you around a little bit.
And all sweaty and stuff.
They'll sweat on you like a gay man would. I mean, if you're going to talk, then you need to act. That's the thing. So you said, you feel some type of way. I feel some type of way when I see a bridesmaid walking up in there. You getting married tomorrow. You at a gay club throwing quarters on a stripper. What is you doing? You about to say, I do. Is this because you know that this is not you don't get a feminine side from your nigga? So you got to go seek it in a party atmosphere with gay men who are more in touch with their femininity?
Could be.
So that's why I say I'm gonna play off of that one because this I could
And it's something
run
to
you in the dirt
observe.
with my opinion, but I ain't gonna do it. Not you, you know what I'm saying? But I could, and not straight women. Don't come at me. You know what I'm saying? But I could if I wanted to because it remains the same. Why is you incorrect grammar,
Why is you?
verbiage? Why is you as a straight woman who has vowed to take dick your whole life?
3 fingers up, ho.
Why you in the gay bar? I'm gonna wrap this up. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Because now I'm pretty sure you're gonna have people talking to me. Hit me up, telling me what's going on. So our last point: how young is too young?
I feel like this is or could be a touchy subject. Again, kind of on this, like you can't really detect that. I mean, you see kids growing up and maybe they exhibit maybe tomboyish behavior or more feminine, things like that. So, I mean, I think it's in them. I really do. I think it's in them. Whenever they have to grow into who they are, let them do that. There's I don't know if you follow him. He's a little dancer. His name is Brody. Fantastic dancer, but you can tell he has a little sass, and his mom knows, like, has him, going not out into pride, but celebrating pride or wearing rainbow shirts.
How old is he?
He is about 7. Yeah. And he wants to wear tutus and dresses. So be it. Obviously, that could be controversial, but I mean, as a mother, what can you say? Brody, you can't grow your hair out, whatever the case may be. But he's a damn good dancer. So, like I said, it could be a touchy subject. I don't think she's pushing it on him, but she's letting him explore.
Amen.
So,
Okay.
again, I'm not a mother. Don't want to be. So
It's tough.
it's tough.
I have nieces and nephews around. Well, not my niece is not that age yet. I have nephews around that age. As an uncle, I would be scratching my head and talking to my sister, not in a judging manner, right? I would be just a question, and that's why I try to stay silent on the whole Zaya situation.
Sure.
Because I am 100% an ally and for you doing what you want to do, living your life. But I feel like that's where, again, it gets sticky.
It does.
Because I am all for you being in touch with who you are. But again, how young is too young? And if, in your opinion, it's not too young, again, it's a culture of be who you want to be. But even when you undergo like a gender sex change, whatever the case may be, you have to be psychologically evaluated. So if we are not encouraging, if we are, I wouldn't say facilitating, if we are allowing, children to be who they are, who they want to be, how do we know they're psychologically ready is the question. And I don't think it's anything wrong with asking that question. It's just that some people are so touchy and shy away from conversation that they feel like you don't know how to stand in yourself and in your opinion and how you feel.
Right.
And I also think that's another thing that we see in this time is that you got to be trepid about how you feel because people are going to take it the wrong way. But for me, my opinion stands. I'm not really afraid to say what I need to say because I know how to articulate myself and I know how to choose my words appropriately to where you don't feel some type of way. But this is a facilitation of a conversation, right? Even when I said, I would be questioning my sister, you kind of look like...
Yeah, what did you mean by that?
I just meant like, how did you know that this is the case and why? And if this is the case, how are you going to be there for him emotionally?
I didn't know that. Okay.
No, my nephew's not.
Okay.
No,
I'm confused. Okay.
I'm saying if.
Oh, okay, got you.
No.
Okay.
It's not in my family. I don't know. Maybe in the future, generations evolve. Sure. But then I would ask, how are you going to support your son if you're sending him to school, allowing him to be 100% who he is? A lot of kids don't have that mental construct to be like, okay, cool.
Right.
And a lot of parents are not instilling that within their children.
Right. Again, parent really plays a huge role, just like any other situation. But I think it's a very special case with children who may feel however they feel.
So the question is, how young is too young? And then I want to make this a multifaceted question at the same time. Is age a big factor? Should age be a big factor in how you identify within your sexuality?
That is a question. And we may not even be there yet.
That's the question. You know what I'm saying? That's what we're here to do, facilitate these conversations. You know, it will be easy for us to come up here and, you know, speak about things more so from the cultural aspect, music, sports, whatever the case may be. But, you know, we want to cater to an audience that want to hear these conversations. And if you do get pricked and you feel some type of way about it, that's good. That's what we want our content to do, because we want you to be able to come and talk to us or interact with us. Let us know how you feel and what you're thinking about what we're saying. If it differs, that's beautiful. Everybody should have a differing opinion. I would never want to be friends or have listeners or viewers who agree with everything I say. That's not my goal in doing this thing. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
And I'm just a naturally rock the boat, devil's advocate type of person. So even if I agree, I'm gonna be an asshole just to be an asshole. You know what I'm saying? I'm still gonna be like, oh well, you know, I feel this way. Even though I don't really care about straight women being in gay clubs, whatever the case may be. But because Larkin said what she said, it was like, okay, I'm finna boss up and I'm finna let you know. I'm finna speak my mind too.
Yeah.
So opinions. How young is too young?
But even then, like maybe, like I said, maybe we're not there yet. I was on TikTok and there was this 80-year-old man that came out as trans, as a trans woman. I'm like, how did you know? Why did you wait? Maybe they didn't know. So I think it's, again, more of a psychological thing. And again, being in tune with who you are as a person, what you want out of life, how you want to be perceived by everybody is super important. Maybe it takes 80 years. Maybe it takes 2 years. Again, that's totally up to you. Live your truth.
And I just want to be sure I'm hearing correctly. And I want to ask this question again to provoke thought, to provoke conversation. It takes 80 years for someone to realize that they are transgender. Question mark.
That's what the TikTok said. And he was
80 years.
Or she was on the news.
On the brink of death.
She was on the news for it. It's so much stuff out there, and I feel like just tapping into, just listening to stories, reading up, kind of how we both do, looking up research, things like that. It's so much that goes into it, and that's why I think this topic is super important for us to touch on, because we want to ask those questions. We want you guys to think. We want to think. We still want to learn and grow and kind of just get a feel for the world and how it's going to change and how we're going to change it as millennials. So.
Ooh, it's going to change.
It's going to change.
I'm only
Gen
20.
Z?
Listen, I say all the time, when, you know, Lord, let me make it to a good 85, 90. He can call me home. I'm okay with that.
Child.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. But I say already, I'm not ready to die. I'm very happy with my life. But listen, when it's time for me to go, don't. I'm ready. I say right now, I'm not ready to die, but I'm ready. You know what I'm saying? Because I would never want to live this life over again.
No, and we're only 20, 28, 29?
You 28, I'm 29.
Yeah.
Almost ready to file for retirement. Turn up. What y'all talking about? Finna be out here jet setting.
I love it.
Good conversation for sure. Good topic without a doubt. How young is too young? I know for me, if I were a father, which is really one of my worst nightmares, like I could not ever imagine, which is it's beautiful. And I don't know if that maybe that stems from my issue. Me and my dad have worked out our relationship, okay? So I don't want him to like listen to this and watch this and think that anything is different. As I've gotten older as a man, we've been able to have more conversations, talk, and really get to know each other. So I do appreciate that.
Good.
First and foremost. But I know for me as a father, it would be tough. And it wouldn't be tough because my child is male. It wouldn't be tough because my child is female. It would be tough because that's my child. And now I need to figure out how am I going to navigate this emotionally and mentally physically, whatever the case may be with my child. And so we may sit up here and joke and have lightheartedness or whatever the case may be, but there are poignant points to our conversation that I feel like are important takeaways, important grounds for conversations, and that's the one thing I love about the millennials sit, right? I'm so excited just for everyone to see and hear the content we have this season. We have some amazing guests. I'm excited about the people that we have coming on and talk. I feel like we're going to get like range and depth of conversation. We have guys versus girl like episode that's going to be coming up. So we get to delve into that a bit more. And we have a women's episode that we're doing strictly devoted to women in the conversation.
Gross.
Yeah, the gross, as they say, So I'm really excited. I think it's going to be dope.
Super glad to be back in front of the mic. So thankful to be in a beautiful studio that helps us kind of show you guys our aesthetic and kind of matches our style, matches our flow. And I'm feeling really good about this season. So I hope you guys continue to follow along on this journey. Always on social media. If you ever have any questions, any feedback, please reach out. We're always on social media. We'd love to hear from you guys.
We just want to thank a few people for everything, right? From promos to logo to even the studio that we're in right now. Shout out to KG and his team. Thank you for the hospitality and, setting us up right. I'm very excited. You get what I'm saying? It's been really a tough feat trying to find a proper studio. You get what I'm saying? We were with Notorious B.I.G. in Duncanville.
Parker, cut that out.
Parker, keep that shit in because I'm saying what the fuck I'm saying. And he was not about his business at all. It's staying in because I said it and I don't care. You get what I'm saying?
Come on, Toe.
Because he wasn't where he needed to be, right? So this is an ideal situation and it's a blessing. And that really stunted us from being able to come back and give the content that we wanted to do a year and a half ago because he wasn't on his P's and Q's. And you get what I'm saying? I love to support my black people. Anybody who knows me know that everything I watch is damn near black. Everything I buy, if it's not commercial, it's just about black. Music, black. My favorite color is black. I'm all about my black women and black men. So for me, I'm always going to support my black people if you're putting yourself in a position to be supported. 100, right? Yeah. Chelsea King, beautiful, beautiful black woman, my sis from a decade ago. Shout out to you for the photos. We were in those elements out there in Austin, Texas.
Yes.
God, it was a time.
Name another podcast that has a photo shoot in the elements.
In the rain. It was cold. We was getting those shots. Thank you so much, Chelsea. You know that you're loved. You know that you're always around with us. Gentry Mitchell, shout out to you for the logo. Master hairstylist extraordinaire, based in the DFW area as well, if you want to hit him up. Chelsea's based in the Austin, Texas area. We'll be posting some of their information on our Instagrams if you would like to check out their work and things like that. Yeah. And who else? Am I forgetting anybody?
I think we're good.
Yeah, I think that we did what we were supposed to do.
Perfect.
We worked.
Yes.
It was a year's worth of work, weekly meetings, conversations, disagreements, and we have an episode devoted to what we've been not going through, but last time we sat down and filmed, we were like 26. That's 26, 27-ish. The last time we actually did an episode. And although it may be a year and a half, 2 years different, you grow and you mature. And the things that you want to say and how you want to articulate it is different. Yeah. So I'm just happy to be here with Taylor. Shout out. She's been writing since 2021 when I had this idea and I was just talking to people to come on board. I was worried, like, we're not going to get paid for it, y'all, but hey, come on. It's a conversation.
come on.
And, we can get to where we need to be. Yeah. That's the thing. Yeah. Brought Larkin on. So, of course, I'm going to always shout out my two main people.
Thank you.
Because y'all have
we appreciate you.
Put up with my mind always changing and everything like that. Yeah, but hey, we here. We got some more episodes to knock out.
Yes.
And we around for the season. Going into summer. Yeah. So we outside.
Yeah. We outside. We
Yeah.
outside. If you see us in Dallas, just come holler.
Now, I'm not going to run up no $200 tab at Harlow anymore. So if y'all want to take me out to Harlow, we're not going out to Harlow.
I'm going to Harlem.
Now, if we go to Harlow, my budget is $50.
We outside. I gotta get that.
Because I tell you, that last time we went, they charged $200. That was the last time I was outside, was it
I
not?
wasn't there.
A year ago. You had left. But me and Taylor was like, oh, let's.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
At first it was like, oh yeah, it's gonna be like what, 30?
It was like 30, but then, I don't know.
It's above me.
It's above me, It's in the past. But yeah.
All right. Well, thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for the episodes. Follow us
And
on
listening.
and listening. Follow us on all social media and audio
Yeah.
platforms.
We're on so many audio platforms. I can't even think of them right now, but the link tree is in the Instagram, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. We there with y'all. All right, Larkin.
All right.
Really
Cheers.
good. Cheers. Turn up. Until next time, take it easy, people.